Hello and welcome to this video. This video came from, this idea for this video came to me because a viewer commented on my unboxing a 2.0 Shakuhachi. They said, this is a cool instrument or whatever. And so it made me think, wow, I want to share my journey of learning about Shakuhachi and purchasing them, so that if anybody watches any of my videos about Shakuhachi, they can avoid the mistakes that I've made, or just the things that I didn't know. So this will be 5 flutes that I've purchased, and going back probably 7 years, I think, maybe 8 or maybe 6. So I just watched a show called Japanology, and made by NHK, and they showed the Shakuhachi, and I was like, that's so cool. It only has 5 holes, but you can get all these different notes. Anyway, I got way into it and looked it up and found out that they're very expensive. But I wanted just to try it, and they said it's so hard to learn and all this stuff, so I just wanted to see if I could even make a sound and stuff. So I got this. It's was $20, I think. Maybe it was $10, I don't know. So it is out of bamboo. I modified this after I learned some stuff. So with this, the holes, okay, well, let me just start with what's sort of wrong about this. It's not long enough, so it doesn't make the pitch that it's supposed to be. The holes aren't in the right spot to make the pitch that they're supposed to be, and they're just kind of burnt in at an angle. I don't know how well you can see that. The other thing is, just aesthetically speaking, you're not supposed to put holes on a node. It's not as comfortable, and the bore usually changes in where the node is, so that's not as beneficial. This one you might be able to see where it's burnt in at an angle better. Yeah, see that shine right there? That's they put a hot iron in like that. So anyway, this also was a real shallow angle there, and then more flat here. So that makes it more difficult to play, because this part being more flat makes you play like this, which is called medi. So anyway, I just got this, and it was fun. I goofed around on it, and it was a great learning opportunity, and I'm gonna probably take it and flip it over and fill these holes and then turn it into hitoyogiri, so it wasn't a waste. But this is what it sounds like. So anyway, that's that one. So this next one, I wanted to get one that has the root end on it. It has, historically they had a root because, well, as the plant grows, the inside gets smaller as you get towards the root, and that creates kind of a natural taper, which is good for the flute sound, especially when you get to the second octave. And there's all kinds of stuff that I don't know how true it is, but that they used it as clubs and stuff. But in any case, it just is kind of cool, but it makes it so you can only get 1 flute per piece of bamboo that grows up. So they're more expensive. And also, there's a lot of Japanese sort of aesthetic decisions that are part of tradition, and so the more the flute adheres to those cultural choices, the more expensive it can be, generally speaking. But this, that's where the person put their name. It has the right kind of pitch and stuff, but it's filled with like epoxy. They put like a tube in there, so they cast the bore with epoxy. This one also has problems. This is too flat here. It needs to be bent back, and this was really deep, but I filled that in there. The other problem with this is there should be a node right here at the top. For example, like this. See, that's where the node of the bamboo is. I made this cap for it. So for just casual playing, this would be fine, but it's not traditional. For example, the nodes aren't in the right places for the holes, and there's too many. And if you played at a professional level, this just wouldn't do what you would want it to do. The thing with this that is a lesson is the person who sold it, I think it was on Amazon maybe, that or eBay, one of the two, but I think it was Amazon. They put a picture of one that looked like this, which is a Japanese-made shakuhachi. And then they sent me this saying, you got upgraded to a new one, which is really bad. Like, I didn't know at the time that that's what was happening. It wasn't until years later that I learned more about shakuhachi and stuff like that, that they were basically showing a picture of a real, like a traditional Japanese shakuhachi, and then sending you one that's not made traditionally. Anyway, that's part of the lesson of if you're gonna pay, know what you're paying for. So this was $60, I think. The thing is also, I've heard that if you pay a lot, I've heard of people paying more and getting really terrible flutes anyway, so it's not necessarily how much you pay, it's who you buy it from is the most important thing, probably. But so after I got this one, I realized I wanted one that was more traditional, so I got this off of eBay. This was $100, and so it has an inlay here at the top, which a lot of people like, which a traditional flute doesn't necessarily have to have that. It has the node here. It has G paste inside. That red part is the urushi that covers the G paste. I don't know if you can see to the bottom. There it is. It comes apart. It has the right number of nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has the maker's stamp on the back. The problem with this, and I think the reason why it was only $100, is it has this huge crack that runs down the back here. And I don't know why. So I think the proper way to have fixed that crack was to put it in a humid box, and then the bamboo would kind of swell up, and then you could kind of squeeze the flute back together, and then put bindings here. So all of the dark bindings I put on, and then all it had was this, and that, and those are just rattan on the surface, which doesn't have a lot of strength to it. So somebody went to a lot of work to fill in this crack, match up the node here, go through it, the node matches up there. They put a lot of work in making this little piece fit in there. I don't know why they did that instead of just fixing it the way I just described. But when I got it, I knew it had that crack, and I knew it was going to create a problem. So I got urushi and filled. This isn't what you're supposed to do, but I didn't know it. I filled the crack inside here with urushi because the crack was open inside where the G is, the plaster. And then I used urushi to make this tighter. Oh, I don't know if I played you this one. This is how this one sounds. Anyway, this one has problems, so it doesn't always play the lowest note, row. So, the tuning feel, I don't know. Anyway, I haven't played this in a while, and that tuning field felt different than before when I've played it. So, this, I feel like I got more what I paid for it. It has a lot of the traditional things. It needed some work, but it was only $100 compared to a new one, which could be over $1,000 easily. So anyway, you still have to be super careful, because when I got it, it wasn't playable. I had to put work into it. Oh, and this is the cap I made for that. Next, I bought this from a maker who has videos on YouTube. I think this is a 2.7. So this one I got with as sort of a very basic level flute. It didn't have any lacquer inside. It just had the holes and the utaguchi in this part. I put urushi lacquer inside. It's probably hard to see. But it doesn't have work in the bore, but I really like it. I think the bamboo is really pretty. Oh, I got it from this guy, John Kypros, Kypros, and he's a reputable guy. This was $140, I think. But since it's just one piece and it's, it's made to a sort of like lower standard, you know what you're getting. And then lastly is this one, which was the unboxing in my latest unboxing video, but it has like the proper number of nodes. It has the G inside, it comes apart right here, and has the maker's mark on the back, and it plays. So anyway, if you want to see more about this, you can watch that unboxing video. I didn't make this, this came with it. But this was $320, which is still pretty inexpensive, but it's not like a professional level instrument. It's more like a student level instrument. And that I bought from Nick Belando of Hon-On, HON-ON.com. And so anyway, I just thought that might be interesting to show those flutes and kind of tell the journey of learning stuff and of being careful who you buy from. The only one that I feel like kind of not bad, but wasn't what it should have been, was this one, because like I said, they put a picture of a traditional Japanese one and then sent you this. Yeah, the lesson is, if you're going to buy a shakuhachi and you're not going to pay money, know that you might not get something that you think you're going to get, or if you're going to buy it from somebody that you don't know or who's not a reputable source. You know, there's lots of different Shakuhachi communities online and things that can help you find reputable sources where you'll get what you're paying for. I hope this was interesting. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and please consider checking out some of my other videos. Bye!